Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Just making sure this is working. Sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Just do this. In this to chat. And oh no. Where is the fixture? USA? Of course, it's always USA Network. Randomly. 8 minutes into this fixture, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Okay, we are all set, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about the delay. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the stream. Brighton and Aston Villa. Brighton facing Aston Villa at home. It's going to be an intense affair so far. Aston Villa going for Moussa Diaby with the strike. Not quite. Hope everyone's doing well. Comment in chat. Let me know, who do you think will win this fixture? It's 0-0 still, obviously. Give me your score predictions. And also predict who will finish higher in the table, Aston Villa or Brighton. I feel like that's a real toss-up, genuinely, as to who can pull it off and who will not, I suppose. But as it stands, there's going to be some exciting stuff on the plate for us, I think. Diaby, this is his strike that let loose, deflected off the knee of Webster, it seems. Let me confirm these stats are accurate. We have 1 shot from Brighton, 0 corners whatsoever. Here, Brighton again looking to get forward, playing out from the back. Aston Villa are going through. Great pass to Diaby. Moussa Diaby somehow still Moussa Diaby. Moussa Diaby, some insane, intricate play by Villa there. Very, very tidy, but not good enough to break through Brighton's last line of defense. And Brighton do well to defend that. Now Aston Villa resetting. The ball into Watkins. Boubacar Kamara has some space. Passes it back in. Douglas Luiz. Matty Cash trying to go forward. Nothing comes of it. Here, Boubacar Kamara. Ball once again. Looking for Diaby. Diaby to Kamara. John McGinn, what a pass that is. And Villa have scored! Villa have scored! Oh my god. TIPIKO, Creative Club. Creative Club will be coming tomorrow, don't you worry. I haven't forgotten. But Aston Villa have scored with their first shot on target and their first shot in the match. That's Ollie Watkins. Wait a minute. Did I pick up Watkins for my fantasy team? I forget who my total fantasy team is after. What a pass that is. That's onside. What a pass and what a... I mean, not an assist, but close to it. I did pick up Watkins, baby. I don't have... should have kept cash. Have Dina. No point update for Watkins. That's crazy, though. What a goal. Scored in each of his last 4 Premier League appearances against Brighton. You must hate Brighton. What a mad lad he is. Let's see what this would entail for the Premier League table. Here's the live table as it stands. I mean, it's not even updated now, is it? Watkins with 5 points now from that goal. See if he'll get more. I knew I should have went with cash. I know cash was a bit more cash, but I really should have, to be quite honest with you. Here, Brighton now looking to play out the back. A little shell-shocked from that goal, I would imagine. I mean, hey. Oh, and Brighton are going through now. Brighton still. Now Matoma. Oh, Matoma nearly, but not quite. Matty Cash with a great pass forward to Diaby. Diaby lays it off to Douglas Luiz, who's now carrying the ball forward, who gets a good pass to the left. Oh, I didn't even mention the lineups, ladies and gentlemen. The lineups are as follows. This is for Villa. Emi Martinez, Matty Cash, Konsa Torres, Luca Digne, John McGinn, Boubacar Kamara, Douglas Luiz, Zaniolo, Diaby, and Watkins. And for Brighton, it's Steele, Estupinian, Dunk, Webster, Veltman, Matoma, Gilmore, Hinchelwood, Jack Hinchelwood, he's 18, Solly March, Ferguson, and Danny Welbeck. But Villa are going forward once again. Still Villa. Still Aston Villa and Douglas Luiz. He gets one shot blocked and another one just whizzes wide of the post. Here, Brighton looking to reset their attack from playing out the back. Oh, and thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We are closer to our sub goal of 1,000 now, which is up here at the top. I have 601 last I checked subscribers. So thank you everyone who's subscribed already. And if you're new, consider subscribing, because 600, 601, passing that threshold's surreal. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who is, part of helping this channel grow. Genuinely means the world to me. So shout out to y'all. Here, Jed Steele has the ball again. Brighton just really waiting for Villa to kind of make a move to do something, but nothing really materializing. Jed Steele slowly has encroached out of his box. Now he plays a pass down to Lewis Dunk. Lewis Dunk now carrying the ball centrally, passes to Webster. Webster in, and wow, what a bit of play, but that pass is too strong and it makes its way straight into the path of Emi Martinez, but the ref blows the whistle. Is it a foul? Yep, it is a foul by a Villa player. But the table as it stands, Brighton would be 7 matches played, 15 points in third place, and Aston Villa will be 7 matches played, 15 points in fourth place. A goal difference of 9 for Brighton, a goal difference of 3 for Aston Villa. 4 shots for Villa, actually, to Brighton's 1. 0 corners for either side. And I mean, as it stands, this match has some interesting components to it, let's say. Matoma here. Karu Matoma still passes to Estupinian. Estupinian. I don't have Estupinian in the fantasy team, do I? No, thank God. I dropped him. Oh, and Aston Villa continue. Aston Villa still. Oh, and a goal! Ollie Watkins! Oh my God. Ollie Watkins has scored a brace. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, the wild card. And who assisted this? If it was Luca Digne, which I don't think it was, but if it was, that is some huge points for me. And Villa are just steamrolling Brighton right now. Villa have won in a lot of their last fixtures. Oh, that was Diaby. Diaby with a wonderful pass there after a deflection from Brighton. What a tidy finish that is from Ollie Watkins. The skill on that. Diaby picks it up after a mistake by a Brighton midfielder. And Watkins just runs that left channel, takes 2 touches to get free from the defenders, opens up his hip, and just buries it near post with a low-driven shot. And Emery is ecstatic. The Villa support are on their feet, and rightfully so. That is a absolute peach of a shot from Ollie Watkins. What a finish, lad. 2-0. And Brighton, their goal difference goes down even further. With Villa's climbing, now the gap is only 4 goals, and the referee seems like he's waiting for confirmation from VAR for something. What that something is remains to be seen. No indication on the live stream. On my end, checking goal, possible offside, according to VAR. And it is a goal. The goal shall stand. 2-0 for Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins gets a brace. Oh, they were looking for potential interference. But nah. It looked, for a second there, it looked like Zaniolo potentially was blocking the goalie's view, but I don't think there's any merit in that. But what a goal. He is in my fantasy team. I think that brings him up to 10 points. No, that's kind of crazy. First Premier League brace since April. And Aston Villa are continuing to go forward. And Diaby nearly gets the shot off. What an effort that is. But not quite. Not quite good enough. Yes, Ollie Watkins to 9 points. Luca Digne still on 1. That brings my total points in fantasy to 10 this week. Just off 2 players isn't bad. But there might be more. That's a Villa throw following some nice efforts there. Boubacar Kamara now on the ball. Plays it in to John McGinn. McGinn lays it off to Douglas Luiz. Villa just getting comfortable now. You know, they've really opened up this game for themselves, and Brighton kind of look just hopeless in a way. And here the ref calls back a foul, which he played advantage for. And Emery is talking to his players, instructing, and now with Luca Digne. With the throw in to Pau Torres, Emi Martinez gets the ball back. He passes to Konsa. Konsa gets his pass deflected off a Brighton player for a Villa throw. Aston Villa have looked phenomenal so far. That they're nothing short of it, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0. You know, the Brighton players really haven't been up for it, really, I would say, so far. And like Villa's just getting to every second and third loose ball, you know. And they're really fighting for it. And there's a lot going on here. And Villa are still going forward. Ollie Watkins again. Will he get his hat trick? No. Luca Digne to Ollie Watkins to Diaby. What a save. Oh, and an own goal. Oh, my God. Pervis Estupinian scores an own goal. That is rough, ladies and gentlemen. That is rough, chat. I think that's going to have to go down as an own goal, right? There's nothing else that would count toward that past an own goal. 3-0 down. Brighton is 3-0 down after just 25 minutes. There's going to... Ooh. Sully March wincing in pain there, following a bit of a clatter with Douglas Luiz. Both players stayed on the ground. The ref didn't call for the foul, Then Watkins just kind of went in, left it off to Dina, who tried to get it back to Watkins, who laid it off back to so Watkins gets the ball. Yeah, that's an own goal for sure. Not even on target, the shot. But I think they might just count the shot as a shot generally. Yeah, where are they checking now? They're checking something on VAR. Maybe a potential foul in the buildup of the play. 8 shots to 1. 8 shots to 1. And Brighton has more possession. Wow. Brighton is getting absolutely cooked right now. The decision stands, though. It is a goal. And Roberto De Zerbi looks like someone who's just drank a bit too much Pepto-Bismol a bit too quick. His face looks less than desirable, like in terms of where he's trying to be at right now. You know, you could tell that this Brighton lineup is just not it. No offense to Brighton fans. I really rate Brighton as a squad, but he got it wrong here, mate. I mean, is there injuries? Let's see. Gross and Ciso, Milner, Motor injured. And I mean, Stupinian, Dunk, Webster, Veltman, who could have even played? He could have played Lamptey, maybe, that, like, instead of Veltman. Matoma here, though. Brighton are trying now to get forward. They're really trying to get this fight in. And, oh, the header just over by Sully March. Not good enough for Brighton, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Doing lots of watch-alongs, doing lots of Premier League content, lots of EAFC content. I will be live for the Tottenham-Liverpool fixture at, when is that even, 12:30? Yeah, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, which is about 4.5 hours from now, 4 hours and 32 minutes to be specific from now. I'll be live with that. I'll be a little early for that stream. I know this one kind of was cutting the wire in terms of, you know, getting down to how close I got on compared to the actual stream. And Brighton are continuing. What a pass that is. What a save by Emi Martinez. And an offside regardless, so I'm not even going to update the shot stat there. No corner to be given. All the good fixtures are today, and Villa are absolutely cooking Brighton. Aston Villa here set to oof. And a foul has been given for Aston Villa in a dangerous territory for a free kick. One of the Brighton players just blocked a Villa attacker. Yeah, just, I mean, that's not really a foul, mate. Like, it's definitely, like, not. I mean, Estupinian kind of turns away from John McGinn, and I don't think he really, like, gets a hand to him, and John McGinn just kind of, like, runs into and falls. I mean, not, like, the worst call, but definitely he ran to it quick. So Brighton will feel hard pressed, but half hours passed and they've shipped 3 goals, and you know they can't really blame poor officiating for that. I mean, the third goal potentially, but like by then you guys have already been getting cooked. So how's that gonna manifest? Who knows? Who will take this free kick? Lucas Digne and John McGinn standing over it. I think John McGinn will get a shot off. Or potentially Luca Dean. Luca Dean, I'm saying if he scores this, he's in my fantasy too. That'd be a huge sort of. No, it's John McGinn. Oh, a foul on the goalie here. Villa went for a very kind of atypical free kick routine. So John McGinn runs over, fakes it, and then Konsa comes through and chips it towards Diaby. But then Diaby outstretches his leg to get to it, and he kind of collides with Steele there. So not the best of possible options there. I thought Lucas Digne was gonna, he was gonna get a good shot off or something, but not quite. That's a foul there by Lucas Digne. No, mate. You're not supposed to get yellow cards, bruh. Bringing my points down, dog. That's obnoxious. I think I'm down to 9 now after that yellow card, but it is fine. I mean, I thought this would be a closer fixture, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but for me, this was, one of those matches I had kind of circled in my calendar, like, oh, 30th of September. That there's some good possible football to be played here, and so far Brighton has looked far off the pace. That's just the cold hard truth. And even De Zerbi is not, like, it's kind of uncomfortable to see Brighton play this poorly. Like, they aren't known for this. De Zerbi's having like a damn near anxiety attack on the sideline or on the touchline. I'm sidelined. But that is a throw for Villa. Yeah, no, I mean, this match as a whole, has really just kind of ended before it could even start. 14 minutes in, Ollie Watkins with the strike. 21 minutes in, he doubles their advantage. And now Villa are still going forward, and good tackle that by Webster, but it's going to take a lot for Brighton to be able to get back into this game away from home. That should come as no surprise to anybody, but as it stands, Villa have been absolutely cooking them. Brighton have had more possession. Brighton have had almost equivalent XG. Only 2 shots for Brighton. They have 0.84 XG. And, I mean, Villa have 0.87 after 8 shots. And Villa have converted into effectively 3 goals. And Brighton have gotten none. Brighton just have not really been all that impressive today. Not a particular player or moment for them where I would say, oh, they had a good shot or chance there. Maybe Solly March in the 28th minute, but even that was a header that went over, and I wasn't live for the Estupinian chance in the 6th minute, but 0.5 XG. I mean, that's a chance that, you should be burying no matter who you are, more than likely. Or at least getting a solid target effort off. And I don't know how those efforts kind of manifested. But, it's been 35 minutes now in this match, and Villa have just put on a masterclass now, haven't they? They've been great. And Villa still, they get the ball once again, and Watkins goes for the quick. Ooh, and Villa continue, and Douglas Luiz now. Douglas Luiz with a good chipped effort to Watkins. Now, Zaniolo. Lucas Digne with the cross in. That clearance. Oh, and Douglas Luiz gets fouled. Another free kick here for Aston Villa. Douglas Luiz chested down, and Stupinian rushes out. And I mean, yeah, that's a foul. Hey, you did not get the ball there, Purvis. I'm so sorry, brother, but just the truth now, isn't it? Now Douglas Luiz and Lucas Digne stands over this. If Lucas Digne doesn't go for this, I will be very upset. He's on my fantasy Premier League team. You know, I want him to get those FPL points up after, you know, he got a yellow card, but we'll see. A very wide wall this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 players in the wall. 7 Brighton players. 6 Brighton players. 3 Villa players. And Lucas Digne, he has taken some pointed breaths, and he takes the chance but hits the wall. And Douglas Luiz, his effort just skies over the post. Yeah, just not the best of moments that for Douglas Luiz. Brighton, I mean, Brighton just look pinned back. They look, you know, just they're still trying to go forward, but that's a foul by John McGinn, rightfully called that. But there's definitely like an air and an added kind of layer of not like disappointment per se, but just like deflatedness, lethargy by Brighton. And I mean, you know, both sides here are competing, and and Villa still pressing Aston Villa. Aston Villa still. Welbeck gets a yellow card. Let me see something. So Aston Villa is in, if I'm not mistaken, Birmingham, right? Let's see this. Birmingham, yeah. So Aston Villa is in Birmingham. So let's go Birmingham to Brighton. Okay, so it's pretty, I mean, 3.5 hours isn't like the worst drive, right? Like, I don't know how it is for folks living in England, specifically England. I mean, Europe as a whole is, you know, not a monolith, but England as a whole, making that commute, you know, from basically the south shore of the island in Brighton to Birmingham for this fixture to see your side get, you know, smacked up 3-0 so far isn't probably an ideal scenario. And it's not an ideal scenario for the players either, because, you know, they've got to drive 3.5 hours, or not them drive, but, you know, they'll be in the coach and whatever. But even still, like 3.5 hours, like, is it that bad? Like, I know Pep was complaining about the commute time because they weren't allowed to take a plane to go from Manchester to Newcastle. So Manchester to Newcastle, bro, 2 hours 48 minutes. Get a life, bro. That is not that bad. It's definitely not ideal, but it's not like so unbearable you can't take a train. Watkins tried to send in the cross there. Diaby, and that's headed away from a Brighton defender. And Brighton are just facing an onslaught of Aston Villa. Just Aston Villa's. Ooh, they're getting through again. Diaby's looking ridiculous, bro. Oh my God, he is so quick and nimble on his feet. It's like actually remarkable to see Moussa Diaby play like this. Just in general, to see anyone play like this. But Moussa Diaby's been him for Aston Villa this season. Anytime the ball makes it to that kind of right flank area, he's just getting ready. You know, he's putting in work. He's getting open. He's creating space for himself. He's creating space for his teammates. He's just elevating the level that Aston Villa play at so much, week in, week out. It's just fantastic to see. Matoma now going down the left here. Matoma tries to kind of play that back in a smart manner, and it doesn't really pay off. It was a little too clever for the moment there. That's not what that effort really called for, but Emi Martinez standing over it, waiting to take this goal kick for Aston Villa. He hasn't really had too much of a tough time today. He's made some decent saves. He made one really solid save on one. I mean, that was an offside technically, if I'm not mistaken, actually. Oh wait, wasn't there a corner for Brighton? I think there may have been. Let me check. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Gonna have a lot more watch-alongs in general, Premier League, football, and EAFC content coming in the weeks and months. Lots of exciting stuff. But here, Aston Villa still kind of searching and collecting, and Zaniolo, 12 fouls by Villa, 7 by Brighton. Ten shots to Villa, 2 to Brighton. 0-0 on corners. Now Brighton looking to go forward before the stroke of halftime. Will they be able to manufacture a chance here? That remains to be seen. Brighton resetting, trying to play out the back once again. Lewis Dunk on the ball. He passes to Webster. Webster pass a little wayward as he's pressed by Ollie Watkins. A long seeking pass finds its way to Brighton's left wing position, and Matoma presses Cash. Cash loses the ball out for a throw in, and Brighton take it. And here Brighton continuing. Brighton score here. The second half will totally have a change of complexion. Brighton still Sully March. March to Stupinian. Stupinian tries, and no sort of call yet. Matoma now, or someone for Brighton, was flagged for offside. I think it was Carl Matoma, but there's no confirmation of that. Four minutes of stoppage time here. Aston Villa will comfortably take this at the slowest possible pace they can. Martinez waiting. Takes this long kick towards Zaniolo on the left, who cannot keep it in. Aston Villa fans being shown on the screen, waving. Brighton is not in a good spot right now. It's not ideal for them whatsoever. And yeah, now Aston Villa doing comfortable. Now this ball finds its way to, I think that's Watkins. Watkins to Diaby. Some strikes here, and Lucas Digne with the cross down toward John McGinn. And McGinn goes for it, and a block by a Brighton defender with his chest. He stoops down and sort of shields the ball from going in. Lucas Digne, tricky footwork on Sully Marsh. He's set to take this. Digne, long run up, and he fakes it back down to Pau Torres. Now Boubacar Kamara. Boubacar Kamara plays this long pass in. Douglas Luiz still has it. Villa doing well, and Zaniolo's strike is just a little lacking. Brighton have been absolutely overrun by Aston Villa. It's almost as if Villa is, oh, don't speak too soon, Sedo, because Brighton are on the counterattack here. Karamatoma lays it off. Now Stupinian has the ball. Back down to Matoma. Matoma tries to bend in a strike, and not quite close enough. And De Zerbi looks absolutely human. He looks absolutely livid. And I don't blame him. It's been an absolute apathetic and almost lifeless performance from Brighton. I mean, when they last play, they must have played recently. They're playing this poorly now. Well, they played the EFL Cup on Wednesday. So 3 days ago, they lost to Chelsea. And then 3 days before that, they beat Brighton. 3 days before that, they lost to AEK Athens. So 1, 2, 3, 4 matches in 9 days is definitely not going to take an easy toll. Zaniolo sort of headbutts Veltman there, not intentionally. He was trying to go for the header, but he accidentally made contact with Veltman. That's never something you want to see. The ref kind of talking to Pau Torres here. And I think that's the half, ladies and gentlemen. That is halftime. Brighton down 3-0. Aston Villa playing absolutely fantastic. Ollie Watkins with a brace. Mustabi's wayward strike deflected off purpose of Stupinian for an own goal via Stupinian. And there's been plenty of chances for Villa. 11 shots. Brighton's 2. Technically 3. Now with that very, very poor shot by Karamatoma at the end of the first half, I should say. And let me just... Ooh, no. Let me just do this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just go grab the water and use the restroom real quick, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere for more Premier League coverage, for more coverage of the Brighton or Aston Villa Brighton fixture. Stay tuned on the Sideline Sedo YouTube channel, and consider subscribing if you're new. I will be right back. Do not go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back with new subscriber, Tapelo Mashengu. Hope I pronounced that right, brother or sister. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the subscription. Let me see where we're even at for subs. I don't know what we're at right now. We're at 603. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. 603. Thank y'all so much. Genuinely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, Aston Villa just steamrolling Brighton right now. Brighton need to respond. It's gonna be tough for them to respond. You've seen the lineup. You know, Brighton is fielding a fairly weakened outfit, I would say. You know, no Lamptey. In midfield, I believe Gross is injured. Motor's been injured for a while, so they're playing. I need to get his name right. I'm gonna look it up 1 second. Let's see, Brighton lineups. They have Hinshelwood, Jack Hinshelwood. He's 18 years old, English, youth prospect. You know, he's starting alongside Billy Gilmore in double pivot, and I mean, the Hoods on the bench for Brighton, Lamptey on the bench, Joel Pedro, Fati. So there's players that can come on and potentially change things for Brighton, but will that happen? That remains to be seen. I like Brighton as a side, but this performance has been nothing really close to inspiring. I mean, 14 shots according to Google now. Let me get my phone. Where is my phone? I left my phone somewhere. Don't go anywhere, chat. I have my phone. We're back. But you know, it's kind of at a state for Brighton right now where I wouldn't say it's necessarily do or die. But it's definitely needing a response at this moment. It's, you know, not the end of days, particularly if Brighton were to, you know, lose this match week, because I mean, say Tottenham win, Arsenal win, they could get up to 17 points. The both of them, that would push Brighton to fourth, or no, that push them to fifth. My apologies, but there are some subs here for Brighton. Joel Pedro coming on, Ansu Fati and Lamptey. Yep, look at that. Exciting stuff. Hopefully, you know, Brighton had 58% possession. Is that correct? Yeah, effectively 57 on FootMob and 58 on Google. That's quite a bit. Quite a bit of possession to get 0 goals. And De Zerbi he just looks out of it. I mean, it's probably the overload of fixtures. The strain is probably a lot for everybody. I mean, you know, Premier League gauges managers a lot. Players, I mean, it's variable. But Aston Villa are here getting ready to play out the back, and a foul already by Karl Matoma. Kind of just chases the ball, tries to win it off Matthew Cash. Matty Cash. Matty Currency. Matty Coins. But Konsa takes the free kick, chips the ball forward. Villa have the ball again. Brighton with another foul now. Konsa Two. Oh my God, dude! Brighton have started. Brighton have started this half just absolutely. I mean, Watkins goes down after a header collision, not a collision with his head, but there's a collision off the header with I believe Lewis Dunk, and then João Pedro just absolutely ran into. Oh no, Watkins is down. Oh man, Brighton has been ferocious to start and not necessarily in the most, positive of ways. Oh, my time, ladies and gentlemen. 46:53. Okay, we're we're level now. My stream itself is a little back, so I just linked it to the foot mob time. Yeah, now we're good on my it's linked to my stream now. That's good. The Zerbi looks sad. Like there's like an air of sadness around Roberto Zerbi. I mean, I would understand. I mean, you're down 3-0 away from home. It's not probably an easy sort of, thing that you got to put up with, but honestly, this fixture could really open up now. No yellow cards were given for those fouls. Villa fans will definitely feel a little hard pressed about that, as one is. When your team gets fouled a couple times in rapid succession, no yellow is given, especially with a player like Watkins, scoring a brace. And then, he's kind of walked off the pitch. Now, I don't know if I think he's back on at this point, but I can't tell. No, I think he is, yeah. Now Villa looking to go forward and Zaniolo carrying the ball, but João Pedro dropped deep. And now Billy Gilmore passes back to Adam Webster. Dunk has the ball. Lewis Dunk still. Lewis Dunk, the chipped pass, and Matoma does well to win it. Brighton just not able to really get a chance there. They reset the play. Good pass. Your March burning a bit and no foul given after for the late tackle on him. Brighton going forward. It's a foul for Brighton. They take the free kick quickly. Matoma. João Pedro takes a brilliant touch. João Pedro still. Is that offside? That's got to be offside. Ansu Fati celebrating. Did Ansu Fati just score? Oh my God, Ansu Fati just scored. I think that stands. I couldn't tell if he was offside or not. It was kind of like a. So here's exactly what happens. Brighton take the free kick quickly. Pedro plays it to Matoma. Matoma plays it back to Pedro. Pedro takes a brilliant touch. Plays it. It takes a deflection, a penalty shout. Now, I want to look at that angle again. So João Pedro keeps it in. There's a lot going on here. A deflection off a Villa player, bounce back to Pedro, who gets knocked down, potential penalty shout. So João Pedro just keeps it in, is what it seems like is happening. Yeah, so I mean, ooh, this is, Ooh, okay. So Joel Pedro gets the pass off. The second pass this is. Ansu Fati. I think he's offside, but just narrowly. I mean, gonna be tough. Be very tough sort of call here. I think it's gonna be off, ladies and gentlemen, but we're waiting for confirmation. I don't know how they're gonna draw the lines on this. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're just gonna cut to the ref and it's gonna be like onside or offside. Oh my word. How this is truly in terms of VAR, this is like a really like interesting. Oh, it just drew lines and let it play. And they're letting the goal stand. Ansu Fati. I don't know, mate. That was so. I'm curious to see what people are saying about that. Goal stands. Yeah, I don't think that's yeah. What a goal. Is that Ansu Fati's debut goal? Not debut goal, but it's his first goal. And Jacob Ramsey looks set to get subbed on by Aston Villa. Oh, Lucas Digne. That yeah, it's a corner here. Douglas Luiz set to take, I believe. Bunsa coming up. Oh, and what a catch that is by Steele. A big catch. Now Brighton reset. Brighton are gonna look to, really carve out some more opportunities here in the second half. They were down and out. Ansu Fati. Again. Oh, it's offside. And there's a substitution here for Aston Villa. I believe number 22, Zaniolo. Yep, Zaniolo getting subbed off for Jacob Ramsey. Good sub, I would say. Jacob Ramsey, I think he was injured to start the season. Not mistaken. Let me see. Oh, and a yellow card given. Yellow card given to, is that, was it for time wasting to Konsa? Konsa upset about it, rightfully so. I mean, didn't really get a look at the foul. I think it was a time wasting shout. But, oh, and Ramsey with the turn. Good tackle that. Now Lucas Digne. And Brighton going forward. João Pedro with the cross up and out. Up and away by João Pedro. Brighton have looked a far sharper outfit in the second half. A lot more intensity, a lot more grit, a lot better ball movement and chance creation. Oh, and that's a foul on Pau Torres, or by Pau Torres on Ansu Fati. Brighton looking to play a long pass via one of their center backs, and they do just that. Lewis Dunk with a brilliant ball to Karo Matoma. Matoma, good flick there. Brighton still. It's a good pass out wide to Sully March. Good ball to João Pedro. João Pedro, development. Matoma with a brilliant run, and Brighton's still offside given on Brighton. Tough outside call. Brighton with a really good spell of possession here. Ansu Fati linking up really nicely with that Brighton front line, specifically with Karo Matoma. Oh, no. No offside. I think he gave an Adingra set to get subbed on. I think it was a foul he gave. It was not an offside, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. Billy Gilmore standing over it. Former Chelsea player. Is he set to take it? No, it's faked out. Matoma at the far post. And Brighton with the chance. And Fati. Oh, man. Brighton nearly. Brighton are getting closer and closer with each progression of play to a second goal. And a second goal with, I think, 3-2 might have been my prediction. I forget. Let's see. Yep, here, Simon Adingra getting subbed on for maybe not Joao Pedro, I don't think. Maybe Carl Matoma or Evan Ferguson, or any number of players, really. We'll see. We'll see. And the number goes up. It's 7. Solly March. Okay, March. I could see that. That makes a bit of sense. March has looked a little off the pace a bit in the second half. A goal and assist in 5 Premier League appearances this season for Simon Adingra. I think he could make a good impact on this game. Wait, Ferguson's off. I didn't even notice that Evan Ferguson was subbed off. Yeah, Ansu Fati came on for Evan Ferguson. Pedro on for Danny Welbeck. And Estupinian off for Tarek Lamptey. Now Simon Adingra's on for Solly March. And Jacob Ramsey came on for Nicolo Zaniolo. So Brighton's made 4 subs. Oh, and wow. Steele does well. Under some pressure by Diaby. Brighton here. Looking to go forward. And Joao Pedro, what control he has. And what a talented player he is. I might add. Man's got absolute talent. I won't be live for any of the 10 a.m. fixtures, ladies and gentlemen, but I will be live for the big match of today. Liverpool traveling to London to face Tottenham at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Big early season top 4 clash, at least, I would say. And at most, potentially a early title, not a decider, but influencer, right? It's like gonna have a huge kind of impact on both sides, the result, and it's gonna be a nervy one, I think. And I'm nervous for sure, but I'm a Liverpool fan, and I gotta give credit where credit's due. Ange Postecoglou has done well for Tottenham this season, and I think a lot of people were surprised that he has hit the ground running in the way he has, but got to give him credit. He's just been top class through and through in the press, on the pitch, on the touchline. Just seems like a class guy. Seems like respectable character, and all in all, just a level-headed dude who's really having a good time at Tottenham in a good moment, and it's going to be exciting. 2 all-action Premier League fixtures bookending a ton of 10 a.m. matches. Tomorrow, the day after, there's not many. There's, I think, a match tomorrow and a match on Monday. But, I mean, as it stands, these matches on Saturday have a lot of potential. Ollie Watkins, it's the ball. John McGinn running through. John McGinn with a brilliant chip pass to Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins! Hat-trick! Hat-trick! I should have captained them. In FPL. Ollie Watkins, what a strike, mate. Wow. Let's go, lad. Uh-oh, there he is. The Darth Vader of English football himself, Gareth Southgate. John McGinn does amazing here. The run he takes and then the ball he plays toward John McGinn. And John McGinn, not John McGinn. John McGinn plays it to Ollie Watkins. And it's a very nice chip ball. And the control by Watkins is decent. And his shot kind of, it's a bit of a 2-3 touch. And he takes a shot that is going on target, but it takes a slight deflection off the outstretched foot of Adam Webster, and it just kind of makes it dip a bit. Watkins with the hat trick. And no, don't take any offense if you're a Brighton fan over my celebration, because I have Watkins in fantasy, and that just was the icing on the cake for this match. 4-1 is a wild stat line, and De Zerbi is like visibly anguished on the touchline. Like, and I mean, guess he wears his heart on his sleeve. Can't blame him for that. But it's just, oh, and Lamptey. Wow, 23 goal involvements in 31 matches under Unai Emery. That is crazy. Ollie Watkins cannot be stopped. Dude is unplayable right now. Genuinely. Genuinely unplayable. That's insane. Douglas Luiz with the run. Again. Villa just resetting play a bit. They have all the time in the world, really. 67 minutes and 50 seconds have elapsed. Yeah, so I'm up to 15 points. Man, imagine I captained Ollie Watkins. That would have been a huge game week. Brighton still showing some belief. Showing some... What a pass that was. Oh, my word. Mitoma skies it, though. Yikes. Yikes, indeed. De Zerbi looking on still very grimacingly, I might say. Chat, feel free to sound off about your thoughts on this fixture if you're a supporter of Villa or Brighton, even if you're a neutral and if you're watching it, or just the general status of these teams throughout the course of the season, because I feel like this fixture has just shown us something, traveling to, say traveling 3 hours, obviously think they're barred from taking planes for anything under a certain distance, which I think the distance they might have flown in from Brighton, but I doubt it. I think they took a coach or a train, most likely. That's a foul. Aston Villa has the free kick here. That's a Thomas shot that I should add as well. But regardless, the amount of travel that Brighton has had to do, Villa as well. Obviously, Villa's at home, so they didn't have to travel for this match. But I'm not saying it's side stuff, but I'm saying in certain... Ooh, and Dina's pass is wayward. That could have been potentially a fourth for Watkins if he got onto it. Imagine he scored 4 and I didn't captain him. I would be so upset. Oh, foul here. Oh, and Konsa and Ansu Fati kind of squaring off, and Konsa grabbed his shirt. A bit of a outburst here. Ref will show somebody a card, I think. So let's see what happens. Fati and Konsa kind of wrestling. Fati kind of knees out at him. Gets a yellow for his actions. Konsa grabs his shirt. Excuse me. Konsa get a yellow. I don't think that happened. Aston Villa take the free kick. They play it short. Comes down to Pau Torres. Ooh, and Watkins nearly gets onto that ball, which would have been a crazy bit of play. Not quite. Brighton continuing, and Villa win the ball back. Counterattack is on. Moussa Diaby and a great tracking back by Lamptey there. That was huge. That kept it from being 5-1 more than likely. That ball gets played to Moussa Diaby comfortably. He gets onto his left. That's probably a goal. Matoma now. Matoma plays it in. Oh, and Brighton goes out wide. Simon Adingra. Adingra with a cross in and gets headed away. John McGinn here. Matoma tracking against him. Brighton. Advantage given. Webster, he's playing at like right wing. Billy Gilmore here, kind of seeking a way forward. But Brighton reset. They're out wide on the left here now. Gilmore, a little too much power on that one. It goes out for a goal kick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Gonna be live for the Tottenham Liverpool fixture at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's 5:30, I believe, London time. Yeah, 5:30 kickoff London time. But gonna be a good day of football. Got to take a break though for the 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time kickoffs, which are effectively the 3 p.m. kickoffs. 3 p.m. Yeah, I think it's 3 p.m. Brighton here, not the best progression. And here, Moussa Diaby, the cross comes in and gets headed away. Steele rushed out to make sure that Diaby couldn't get that shot off. Here, Aston Villa playing out the back once again. Emi Martinez. Bukar Kamara, Joel Pedro, gets the ball after a mistake by Villa. Matoma's strike isn't the best. He's shouting for a penalty. Matoma is not enthused at no decision by the ref to even consider it. And now Jacob Ramsey going forward. Watkins still, he's out wide. Oh, my word. And Diaby's down. Oof, that is not a good look for Aston Villa. Not a good look whatsoever. I don't think you can give that as a penalty. Or can you? Let's look at it again. Toma shoots it. Matty Cash kind of turns away from it, but it's too late to even consider. But Diaby is down. And John Duran set to come on. And this is a man who I'd say 6, 7, 8 months ago, people were probably like, oh, why is Villa even got him? How's he gonna perform? But honestly, he's 19 years old. He scored a crazy goal already this season. If he made it 5-1, like through a goal and assist right now, he could really kind of help keep Villa's spirits high. Because Diaby going down, this is something that all the Villa supporters at home are probably just dreading. They're probably very melancholic right now, a little bittersweet day. Diaby, it doesn't look too serious. He's able to walk it off, but John Duran is receiving some instruction from Ollie Watkins. They would love to make it 5-1, I would imagine. A 5-1 win against Brighton after that opening 5-1 loss. Newcastle would be massive. And Lewis Dunk, it's a yellow card. I don't think anyone predicted 4-1. Now I don't think this could be a big psychological hit for Brighton, in the sense that losing here obviously doesn't really, you're away from home. Villa's been a decent side this season. Both sides have been inconsistent, to be brutally honest, but as it stands, how much of Brighton continuing their counterattack. But for me, how much can either side, really, how far can either side really go this season in the Premier League? How, consistent of a push can they put on? Because the midweek games, the cups, the European competitions that both sides are now in this season, they're challenging. You need a squad, and you don't just need a squad of players. You need a squad of consistent players who will deliver you good results. And that's not a jab at either side. I'm just the way I see it, this will be challenging. You look at West Ham last season, they didn't have the best of seasons, domestically, but in Europe they won silverware. And they're a good side this season. They've been able to invest the 105 or 103 mil. That was what was that? That was a wayward pass that goes out for an Aston Villa throw-in by Lewis Dunk. I think the pass. I don't think anyone's down. I don't know why he did that. I think he just misread what was going on. Villa have won 45 points in Premier League since February 25. Only City and Liverpool have won more points in that span. Villa are legit, man. Villa started the season with a bad loss, but people kind of wrote them off, and they've really clawed their way back. And Toma. But you look at West Ham last season. West Ham weren't that great. Now West Ham this season, they're up to 7th, you know? They're they're ahead of United and Newcastle and like Chelsea obviously, but case in point is effectively these sides, the Brightons, the Villas, um, Brentford was like that last season. Brentford's fallen a bit and, are now 9 points off 4th after 6 games, only 1 win in 6 fixtures with, a loss to Everton at home, a 2-2 draw with Bournemouth in there, a 1-1 draw with Palace. They only have beaten Fulham, really, Brentford. So Brentford don't look great. Obviously, Brentford are without Ivan Toney, but you got to think that this level of Premier League side, right? When faced with European competition, should they progress, things get a lot worse for them, like domestically. Ooh, and Simon Adingra with a shot there. And I think Martin has got a touch to it. That was a great effort if he did so. He did just kind of, like, oh, yep, he did. I thought it wasn't for a second, but he got that save, Emi Martinez. That was a brilliant touch. In the corners, there's been one to each side now. Corner comes in. Here, Brighton, the cross. And Lamptey plays it to Webster. Gilmore plays it back to Lamptey. Plays it back to Webster. Right? Brighton are just kind of running out of time at this point. They've had 61% possession. They've had a considerable amount more XG. They've had a lot less shots. They've had less chances, but more quality chances. And Villa just had more chances in general. And at this point, a lot of offsides for Brighton as well. They have 9 shots. It says Karmatoma given a yellow card. It's a brutal hit for fantasy players. Aston Villa side that is, I think, who is next to Gareth Southgate? I don't know who that man is. He looks like one of the referees in the Prem, but I can't put my name on it or tongue. I can't put my tongue on it. Yeah. Some good play here. Boubacar Kamara. Boubacar Kamara! Brother. No, it was not Boubacar Kamara. It was Jacob Ramsey. They both have 41 and 44 on their name. It's hard to see on my MacBook. I'm sorry. Jacob Ramsey, what a hit, son. What a hit. Player I rate a lot. I have like 3 or 4 Jacob Ramsey rookie cards. Highly rate Jacob Ramsey. What a player he is. What a goal. And who got the assist there? That's what I'm curious about. It's Watkins, no? So Watkins plays it to Jacob Ramsey, who just opens up and strikes it in very elegantly off the bottom right corner's post. Goalie's left. What a curler that is. And Brighton were set to make a sub just now. They still might, but 5-1 is brutal. And that puts them level on goal difference, mate. Oh my God. One first goal of the season for Jacob Ramsey. And quite honestly, yeah, I mean, if Villa are able to make it, say, 6, which I'm just saying, there's a chance. You never know. If they're able to do that, that'll really piss off Brighton and really just dampen their mood for this season. Because all that hard fought goal difference that they fought for, it wasn't even like the best goal difference realistically. It was like 8 goals conceded and 7. To now have 13 is tough, Baleba has come on for Brighton. Carlos Baleba, first start for Brighton in EFL Cup on Wednesday, acquired from Lille for 29 mil. How many points does Watkins have in fantasy, mate? 17. I should have captained him. Oh, should have wasted my triple captain on Holland and captained him here, which would have been a crazy shout. Like, never in a million years, type beat. But dang, what a loss. Someone's down for Villa. It's Boubacar Kamara. He's clutching his shin or maybe his calf. Must be a cramp of some kind. 88 minutes have elapsed, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you're new, by the way. Thank you to everybody who's tuned into this stream. It's been, a very good fixture all in all. It's been one of those matches that just kind of shocks you out of nowhere. Yuri Tillman set to come on for Aston Villa. This is just like an event that every now and then you get these matches and these results in the Premier League that kind of like are two sides that are neck and neck. One side just outclasses the other by so much. And Lamptey continuing. They're trying to work that goal difference. And Brighton get their second corner of the evening. Oh, Mango, I did not see your comments. Didn't you say Brighton would win? Are you reading chat? I'm sorry, mate. I don't know why my Streamlabs wasn't showing that. Hi, brother. Love you from India. Where are you from? Maxi says. Maxi, I'm from the United States. I'm sorry to anyone. I did not realize that my Streamlabs was acting like that. I had... Huh. It just kind of cut off at a certain point. That's annoying. Yeah, so I wasn't... Thank you so much, Mango, by the way. Shout out, because I don't know when you sent this, but my sincerest apologies, because I wish I had replied. And it just didn't pop up on Streamlabs, but I pulled it up in a different tab here, and I can see that I wasn't able to get to that response in time. I'm sorry, mate. Here, Foul by Brighton once again. Brighton just looked deflated, really. Tough to say, but it's the truth. They have looked very off the pace. Veltman. Tough play that by Veltman. And Villa. Watkins chasing Lamptey. Lamptey and Watkins kind of tussling. The ball makes its way through. João Pedro now. João Pedro still. Tough loss for Brighton, mate. Got to be honest. I mean, it's one of those fixtures that. Oh, Villa still with a chance. Brighton now looking to make it 5-2. Who's 20 for Brighton? Brighton's number 20 is. Oh. It's another corner for Brighton, I think. Brighton had 61% possession and lost 5-1. That is quite the storyline. Brighton had more big chances, too. It's the third corner of the evening for Brighton, only the fourth corner between both sides. But number 20 for Brighton, still with a horrible showing on FootMob. His rating is so low. Baleba, yep, 20's Baleba. Cross comes in. Villa with some good pressure, but a foul here. Foul, the yellow given as well to John Duran. Lucas Diña's nose is bleeding again, mate? Didn't his nose bleed last match? Why does he get all these nosebleeds? Or did he get elbowed? Again. That's crazy for him, mate. Lineup's been revealed for the Manchester United Crystal Palace fixture. Onana, Lindelof, Amrabat. What is this? hate when what are they doing, bro? Did goalie? They did goalie first and then numerical after that. That is the most eyesore thing I've ever seen. So it's Onana Dallo, Varane Lindelof. Wait, what? Oh, and Brighton have conceded a sixth. Douglas Luiz. I took my eyes off the action for 1 second, and with this fixture, you couldn't do that whatsoever. Today, you could 7 goals between these two sides. 6-1 to Aston Villa. Aston Villa. Just Emery giving this man a proper school, and let's see the build-up play here. So Watkins, yeah. So Tielemans plays it to McGinn, plays it to Watkins, who hits the strike, and then Douglas Luiz follows up with a comfortable rebound after the shot bounces straight away from Steele, who tried to block it. What a goal. And not like the most incredible goal per se, but what a, what a moment to kind of score, and what a moment this is for Villa. I think that's Douglas Luiz's 3rd goal this season. Midfielder, you know, in hot form as well. And that's the final whistle, ladies and gentlemen. That is the fixture. What a match that was. What a match this was. Aston Villa 6, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Wow. Watkins with a hat trick, Stupinian with an own goal, Jacob Ramsey with a very, very aesthetically pleasing curler into the keeper's left hand corner off the post and in, and Douglas Luiz with the icing on the cake for the 6th goal in the 97th minute. A deflected strike from Watkins saw the ball get into the path of Douglas Luiz, who from outside the box just kind of calmly passed in the ball. And De Zerbi looked very uneasy today, let's say. I mean, let's look at if you look at the injuries, I mean, Leon Bailey was out, Mings has been out for a while, and Buendia's out with a crucial ligament injury. So those are 3 fairly big injuries that are going to kind of carry on for Villa. But with Brighton, Gross being out, I think, is probably the biggest hit they faced today. Milner also out with a strain injury. So, 2 very veteran and experienced midfielders who, James Milner has played for Aston Villa. Not to say that Brighton would have won, but, maybe not a 6-1 loss. And then defensively, I feel like, I don't know. Defensively, Brighton just don't look that great this season. Stupinian didn't look good. It just, all in all, was a very poor and lackluster performance from Brighton. And it's something that we're not accustomed to saying this season due to the fact of, just the general state of Brighton. They're usually so well run. They're usually, free flowing and offensively imposing and a threat all in all. But, all things considered, I think this fixture, I don't know if it really means much. I mean, it does. It's a 6-1 loss. It's a huge loss to have to endure. So it's just tough, all things considered, for Brighton. But what a performance by Villa, and what a performance by Ollie Watkins, getting me tons of points in fantasy. I'm just upset that I didn't captain him. I mean, who would have, why would I have ever captained him? But he's proven me wrong, I guess. Maybe he deserves that vice captaincy instead of Salah. But I would say probably not, because Mo's going to cook today, hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, you've made it this far, consider subscribing. And if you want to see more Premier League watch-alongs, more EAFC content, more general football content, consider subscribing to the Sideline Sedo YouTube channel to stay up to date on all of that. Thank you once again for making it this far and watching. I'm Sideline Sedo. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And see you at 12:30 for the Tottenham-Liverpool fixture. Tottenham hosting Liverpool at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I will be live for that. But as of now, and as for now, I'm signing off. Until then, thank you so much for watching. I'm Sideline Sedo.